Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday Up Late. I am Chloe.
I'm Glenn.
And welcome to all of our podcast and vodcast listeners and watchers, whoever tunes into these videos, you bloody perverts who like to watch us. We are Glenn and Chloe, obviously, from Up Late on Wednesday. We are a lovely little spin-off from the Good Movie Monday podcast, which obviously airs on the Monday. We are found everywhere. You can find us everywhere. You can't get rid of us, obviously, but we especially like to find you on Newsly, which is an app for all podcasts. And you can also access all the news worldwide from the Newsly app. And it's all from the palm of your hand, Glenn. And you know what the great thing about Newsly is that it can read it to you in a lovely human voice for people who are on the go or who have trouble reading while they're on commuting or they're driving, which is just, it's great. We love it.
It is great. I was going to say you can also find me in car park basements and phone number on the wall.
Wow. With a little hole next to the toilet stall as well. You can find us also from our Good Movie Monday website with the little Up Late tab there, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you get all your good podcasts. How are you, Glenjamin?
Oh, you're another Glenjamin person. Damn.
It just rolled off the tongue.
My new brother.
You look oddly alike.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm pepped up. I am raring to go. Had a good day today. I got to hang out with you today, so I know flying high.
You'd be just bouncing off the walls because you're like, yes.
Notice how I'm sinking the piss right now.
Just to get through the rest of the afternoon. Yeah, I know. That's what my husband says also. We had a really good day. I went to my first ever movie screening, which is
amazing.
How long have we known each other?
I know. And how many times have I invited you?
Every time. It's embarrassing the amount of times I haven't been able to go. But it was awesome. It was so much fun. I got to go with you and your lovely wife, and it was so nice. It was just a lovely afternoon, and we got to go watch Dungeons and Dragons:
Honor Among Thieves.
That's exactly right, which comes out on March 30th, I think it was. Mm-hmm. See, I pay attention. Do you want to go first with your sort of thoughts about it, or would you like me to scream off the pace?
Oh, look, I'll drop a couple of seconds worth. I love this. I fucking loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Exceeded my expectations, and it did what other films before it haven't done, and that is just blend in the fantasy with the comedy. The best I've seen it done, I reckon, since Princess Bride.
Yeah, I heard you say that this afternoon, and you know what? It did give me Princess Bride vibes now that I'm thinking back on it. And you're right. To me, it had the perfect amount of fantasy, action, and comedy. Everything just gelled so well together. There wasn't too much of anything. It all was just perfectly balanced, I think.
Totally.
And it was so fun. It was just a really fun.
I read that the director was going for a mix of Lord of the Rings, Princess Bride, Monty Python's Holy Grail, and there was another one. I can't remember what it was, but I would throw in, I don't know, maybe Narnia, something like that.
Yeah.
Or even a bit of Labyrinth or Neverending Story.
Yep. All that fun sort of stuff. I've never played Dungeons and Dragons myself. I have always wanted to, but I never have. So I didn't really have a sort of lot of backstory when it came. And I've gone in completely blind. Apart from gelatinous cube, I knew the gelatinous cube. And the reason I knew that was from Onward, the Pixar movie that had Chris Pratt and Tom Holland. Anyway, I went in almost completely blind. And I think the thing that I loved about it so much is that it really does seem like anything is possible in that world, which made it so like, holy shit, I don't know what's going to happen next, totally. Which was just so fun.
And here's the thing, like, you can go into this having no knowledge of Dungeons and Dragons whatsoever. However, I do feel like, and I'm not a game player either, but I do feel like there is so much in there for the people that love and play the game, because we were in a cinema full of what I would say would be D&D gamers or associations. I feel like a lot of free tickets were given to different groups of Dungeons and Dragons players and fans, and they were all there in cosplay. And they were loving every second of it. Like, they were reacting. They reacted to stuff that we didn't know to react to.
No, and it was so fun to hear that as well. We did have an awesome sort of group in front of us as well, that kept making us laugh as the movie was happening, which kind of heightened the experience as well a little bit.
I've got two things to say. One, I'm really thrilled that the first one you got to come along to was one that we both enjoyed. Made a big difference to me. I am also very, very grateful I got to see you jump out of your skin.
And now you know why I don't watch horror films, because I literally did jump a foot, and like my aunt.
Here's one thing I got to say to you about that. Right, I get it completely, right. But here's what I've got to say: you're the perfect person to be seeing those films, because horror fans react that way. That's why we go. Benjamin Boobs, your favorite, Good Movie Mondays, co-host, jumps out of his skin at every single horror film.
Does he really? I didn't know that.
He jumps out of his skin, and then I'm one of those people that jumps out of my skin because they jumped out of their skin. Like, their reaction frightens me.
Yeah,
it's not what's on screen. Like, what the fuck, dude? And even you jumped out of your skin made me go, what?
I think I made a lot of people do that, because I fucking almost hit the roof.
I thought you were starting a Mexican wave because your arms even went up in the air.
They did. It was a whole body reaction.
And I enjoyed every second of it.
Afterwards, I was giggling about it only because I knew that it was a little bit more lighthearted. If we can't go into a horror movie, I think I'd be so tensed up.
That's fair enough.
I just don't know how I'd react anyway.
That's fair enough.
But what a good afternoon. I'm so glad I got to come along.
Yeah, same here. Awesome.
Should we move into our first game of the evening? Because I know you're raring to go.
Alrighty, let's do it. What are we playing?
Now, the first game that we have to play is kind of a TikTok favorite at the moment. So we decided to steer into the skid. I'm not going to, push buttons and tell you were wrong. Anyway, if you're wondering what I mean by that, go to our TikTok and have a look. We're going to play Overrated, Underrated.
All right, let's do it. Well, that'll do.
Would you like to have the honors of going first?
All right. Yes, I would. So, is this movie overrated or underrated? Avatar.
Oh, I know exactly what you're going to say about this. I think it is a great movie. I don't think it deserves the hype that it does get. So I'm going to say overrated. I don't think it's an underrated film whatsoever.
I agree completely.
Yeah, and I knew you would agree.
It's not to say that I don't appreciate it, and it's not to say I don't enjoy it, and it's not to say that it is. It's a important film in some ways, just as far as the technology of the filmmaking goes. But yeah, I don't think it's worth all the accolades it's been getting. Number 2 included. So there we go.
Yep, we're in agreement there. So there you go.
Cool.
All right, my first one, Glenn, is it overrated or underrated? The Butterfly Effect.
Oh, I've never considered that to be either or. I mean, I love it. I'm a particular fan of the director's cut of that one. I think it's one of the better director's cuts out there. I will say underrated.
Good. I agree. I completely agree. I even remember the first time I saw it and it blew my mind.
I bet you jumped out of your skin in that one, particularly with the letterbox scene.
I think a little bit, not so much. I just remember it just leaving me it made me really think and made me really feel something. And I think it would have for a lot of people, and I don't know why it isn't talked about more.
It's funny. I think I didn't feel the movie as much as others did until I saw the director's cut, and then it hit me in the emotional chord,
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. Excellent. We both agree. So if they're gonna come for us on TikTok, they come for us together.
That's it. That's exactly right.
In it together. All right. Underrated or overrated? Pitch Perfect.
Oh, such a good movie. I think this gets the hype it deserves. I don't
Yeah.
think it's overrated or underrated. Can it just be rated? Like,
Yeah,
I think
I agree. What I would say is I think that number 2 is very underrated because I think it's a better film than number 1.
really, no,
Yeah.
this is where we disagree.
Okay.
That's where we disagree. Yeah. No, number one will always have a special place in my heart. I think it's much better. But yeah, I think it gets the love it deserves, definitely.
Okay. Can we both agree that part 3 is a piece of shit?
Yes, absolutely, we can agree. I don't even think
Excellent.
it's overrated because I don't think anyone else thinks it's great either. So, all right, this one may be somewhat controversial. I don't know. Overrated or underrated? Million Dollar Baby.
Oh, you're hitting me where it hurts here, Chloe.
Am I?
Well, it's Clint Eastwood. I adore Clint Eastwood. I love his films. Mm. No, it's rated. I think it's rated because it was up for Oscars, several of them, and I think worthy of them. I think of that year, I can't remember what the other films were, but I remember loving the film, happy that it was nominated. Wasn't disappointed that it lost, but yeah, I'm just going to say once again, rated.
Okay. This is where we disagree. I think that movie is overrated.
Mhm.
I don't know. I just thought I was bored
Yeah.
watching it. I don't. It's a lady boxer and she goes through some stuff. Cool.
But would
Never
you?
been a huge fan of
Yeah.
Hilary Swank either.
Yeah, I'm
Clint
not. I'm
Eastwood,
not either.
absolutely, but yeah, no, I definitely think it's overrated.
Okay, well that's a fair call.
Mm.
I don't like Hilary Swank either. There's very few films I've enjoyed her in, but that I mean I don't think I enjoyed her in that either. I just enjoyed the story. So
The story, but fair enough. Fair enough.
all right, this one is going to be interesting because I honestly don't know if you've seen it. I hope you have. So overrated or underrated, Dangerous Minds.
Can you remind me? Is
the
this
one
a
with
Russell Crowe movie?
No, this is Michelle Pfeiffer. And it's like a To Sir with Love style of film where she plays the young teacher that comes into the underprivileged hoodlum kind of neighborhood high school and tries to motivate and encourage these gangster students to
Okay.
excel.
No, I've not seen. I've
Okay.
not seen that one. No.
Okay, well, it is the movie that Gangster's Paradise came from, the song. You'd love this
Good
film. It's very
song.
generic. Like these kind of movies are generic where you get the teacher that comes in and lifts the students up. It's been done 100 times, but it's done particularly well in this one.
Very Dead Poet Society.
Well, that's another
But
one.
not as good.
They're all. I think Dangerous Minds is better. I think Dead Poet Society is definitely overrated in every way, shape, and form.
Okay, this wasn't even part of the segment
Well,
of
let's
Dead
have that
Poet
discussion.
Society, but that's not okay.
It is okay. I mean, I come from the point of view that, like I said, this story has been done so many times over and over and over throughout the years, from Goodbye Mr. Chips to what's the name of it? But there's one with Albert Finney and various others. Lean on Me.
All I'm gonna say is, "Oh, Captain, my Captain." That is all I'm gonna. You're lucky I'm not standing up on the desk right now. No one can motivate like Robin Williams can motivate, and he drove that.
Well,
Kurtwood Smith, fucking Ethan Hawke. No, you can't beat a cast like that. You just can't.
Well, you can, and I would say for what you've just said, I would raise you Sidney Poitier with To Sir with Love. Like it's the same movie but much better. I would say Blackboard Jungle with Glenn Ford, much better. Same movie, much better. Like
we're definitely gonna have to agree to disagree on this one because I don't think we're ever gonna come to an agreement on that.
Well, what I think it comes down to, and this is just in fairness, is that these movies are generational as well, right? So it all depends on how many of them you've seen and which ones you've seen as to where you rank them.
Mm-hmm.
And
you said, there's so many of them out there.
Yeah.
And still, I rate Dead Poet Society.
And the
definitely not overrated.
The one I was trying to think of is the Browning version, which is just a marvelous film from the 1950s and then remade in the early 90s as well. So there we go.
Okay.
Little bonus one there for people.
There you go. All right. What about La La Land?
Way overrated.
Great. We can agree. Let's move on from that one. Because I feel like that one will be like very controversial for people.
Overrated or underrated Die Hard 2?
Oh. Can you remind me of the plot of Die Hard 2?
Okay, so Die Hard 2 takes place 1 year after the first events. It takes place at the airport, Christmas again. And John McClane is trying to get home to New York, but gets snowed in, and then terrorists take over the airport.
I remember it now. Yeah, no, underrated, definitely.
Excellent, good choice. Yeah, correct choice.
Yeah.
In fact, on Monday's episode of Good Movie Monday that just went, Ben and I were talking about what we consider to be the perfect trilogies. And he threw out Die Hard 1, 2, and 3 as a perfect trilogy because we both agree, and now that number 2 is so vastly underrated because it cops a lot of shit, or it has over the years. But with the passage of time, it's appreciated. I think it's actually a much better film than people gave it credit for.
Yeah, I agree. Cool. I absolutely agree. You didn't want to include Die Hard 4 in that at all?
No, we did give it an afterthought. We both said we both enjoy number 4 as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good.
Both hate number 5, but we were talking strictly trilogies.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, my last one. You might have seen this. I actually don't know if you have seen this or not because I don't know if you even know if it's up your alley. Have you ever seen the sort of remade version of Reefer Madness?
Yeah, that's but it's completely different to the original, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a shit take of it, basically, of the original.
No, Woody Harrelson's not in that one.
No, you've got Alan Cumming, you've got Kristen Bell, Neve Campbell.
You've mentioned this several times, actually.
It's one of my favorites. I think it should be. It's one of Kristen Bell's. She's just amazing in it. She's so young. She's so talented.
All right.
Her character is just phenomenal. Look, Mary Jane.
I've only seen it the once, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. And I'm going to just say overrated simply because the average person's probably never heard of it.
So overrated.
Oh, underrated. Sorry.
Underrated. Okay, good. Yeah. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, no, it's definitely underrated, and I want more people to see it. So everyone, go watch Reefer Madness, please. You won't be sorry.
Amazing. There we go. That's overrated, underrated. Cue music, Chloe.
I love that game. That is such a fun game. It's a quick one. I like it.
Well, that wasn't that quick. We really went on tangents there, but
has a little bit of punch to it, don't you think?
I think you enjoy that one more than I do. So maybe we'll have to bring back celebrity chit chat just to balance.
That's not going to happen. No, that's not going to happen. I wanted to revisit something with you, Glenjamin.
All right.
So speaking of today, where we went to the movies, I asked you a question that I had thought to ask you before but never had, and that was going to the movies, popcorn or no popcorn. Now, I am always a popcorn girl. Always. And you informed me. Would you like to?
Well, yeah,
tell me what you said.
Generally speaking, I'm not a popcorn guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised how much of a popcorn person you were because not only did you eat mine or yours, you went for mine. So
I inhaled and a donut. I practically snorted them.
Yes. Look, I like popcorn as a flavor. I mostly will start a bucket of popcorn. But the moment a single piece gets caught in my throat or my teeth or my gums or whatever, I stop. I cannot go any further. And that is usually within the first 2 bites.
Oh, yeah. No, it happened to me multiple times throughout the time I was inhaling my box of popcorn. But you just push through, man. You just push through.
Yeah,
I was surprised to learn that about you. That's all I wanted to say.
Too often, cinema popcorn's stale. So it depends on the time of the week you go as to whether it's fresh or not.
True. That is true. Yeah. There was another thing I wanted to bring up with you as well. And it was a thing that I wanted to test out the waters before I made any sort of comments on.
Sure.
Movie seating.
Oh, yes. Wow, that's going to be interesting. Give some context here.
So back either last episode or the episode before, we discussed where we prefer to sit in the movie theater.
Yeah.
You prefer to sit a little bit further forward and off to the side.
Slightly
I prefer to sit further up the back, about 3/4 and in the middle.
Sure.
We both have our reasonings.
Yeah.
And today we gave yours a whirl because I was interested to test this out.
Sure.
How do you think? Which way do you think I'm leaning?
Yeah, well, I was curious about this as we're watching it, simply because we picked the wrong movie to test this with. Because this film was shot in a very strange way compared to most films, right?
Yeah.
Particularly the first 20 minutes, it felt really obscure and jarring.
Mhm.
Right. So I was sitting there thinking, man, this is the worst film to have actually tested this out. And I had a funny feeling you were going to mention it. We didn't plan to, but I thought you would.
No.
And so I thought, yeah, this is not going to bode well, but I'm curious to find out what you thought.
I hated it.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's strong. I didn't hate it. I definitely I felt like my eyes were wandering,
Yeah.
like off into
And
opposite directions.
did you find that the first 15 or so minutes, it almost was like watching it through a fisheye lens?
Kind of, yeah, kind
Yeah,
of.
and that's not
I
normal.
felt I was too close.
Yeah, no. I appreciate that. Everyone's got their preference, right? But that I felt that too this time. Like it was just the wrong film for this particular test. But hey, you sit where you sit and you enjoy the film.
You live and you learn.
Yep.
Maybe next time we'll test it with my seating theory.
I
and
know
see
what
how you
you're
go
seeing.
with that.
I've sat in every fucking seat in a cinema. I know exactly what it's like.
Not with me though. You haven't seen me jump out of my seat 3/4 of the way up and in the middle. So
Well,
you know
that's true. All right, we'll have to do that. Wait another 2 years and we'll try that out.
you told me that Melzy doesn't like to sit through the trailers, and that's like one of my favorite things to do. I love watching all the new movies coming out. And we got to see the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trailer.
I know. How good does it look?
I think it looks flipping amazing. And I wanted to see because you weren't so hot on it when we discussed it last time.
I mean, we're always big on context here. When we had that conversation, neither of us had seen the trailer.
No, exactly. That's what I mean. Right. So
yeah, no.
Are your hopes living up to it, or?
Ironically, when we had that conversation, the trailer dropped the next day.
Oh, of course it did.
Yeah. No, it looks amazing. It looks fantastic. I'm very excited for it. It looks as I was saying, I was hoping that when it comes out, it would be very true to the original series as opposed to the recent ones. And it does. It looks very much like the 80s.
It does. It looks phenomenal. Like, to give some people some context, if they haven't seen the trailer, it kind of takes on a Spider-Verse and Mitchell's versus the Machines animation style. Not exactly exactly the same, but that sort of style. And it looks phenomenal. I'm so excited for it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's enough of that. Game number 2?
Yeah.
And you switched drinks. What are you drinking now?
Vodka. They're both vodka, just different kinds.
Okay.
I even slurred that. Jesus Christ.
It's the vodka.
Yeah, just different kinds.
It's the vodka. Well, Glenn, our next game, you seem particularly excited to play. Did you want to introduce this one?
This one is called One's Gotta Go.
Woo!
And the theme song goes, okay, well, that's how the theme goes. Fucking, all right.
Sorry, you go.
No. That's exactly what I was going to do.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
So this is something that's kind of, one of those games that gets, recycled on Facebook and social media where people lay out 4 movies. One's got to go. Simple as that.
Yep.
And we've got 4 lots of 4 each. I'm going to go first.
Go for it.
Okay, Chloe, one's got to go.
Oh, God.
Stardust.
Oh, my God.
The Princess Bride. The Labyrinth, or Hook.
Oh, okay. Again, this is going to be controversial. And I'm going to have to choose Labyrinth because I feel like I connect to that one the least.
Excellent answer there. And that's not controversial. I kind of thought that's how you'd go.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to cop some lashback for that. But yeah, that was a tricky one, man.
Well, that's the whole aim of the game. You've got to make it tricky.
All right. Well, mine are just kind of a random bunch. So let's just see how we go.
I first did this when I planned it as random movies. And I thought, no, these have got to be very similar movies so that it's harder to choose.
All right. Well, I'm going to do that next time. I haven't done that this time.
Well, lay it on me.
My first lot. All right. We've got Almost Famous.
Mm-hmm.
Shaun of the Dead, Shrek,
yep,
and Once.
Okay, well, it's got to be Shrek. Easily. It's my least favorite.
Really?
Once is my favorite film of all time, so
yes, I knew that.
There's that. Yeah, Shrek. I mean, Shrek is a movie that had a moderate impact on me when it got released. I grew very, very tired and fatigued by it very quickly, so...
I had an 11th birthday that was themed Shrek. I had a Shrek cake, I had a Shrek t-shirt, and I got Shrek on VHS, and I watched it twice a day for about 6 months.
And-
And all of my friends were sick of me, and my mother was sick of me. That's how much I loved Shrek.
Okay, let's bear in mind I was a grown-ass adult when that came out. In case people don't know, there is an age difference here.
Only slightly, it's fine.
It's just that I look so young.
The lighting. No, it's fine. We look good.
Yeah, we both know the secret behind that. So Shrek easily. It's a great movie. I enjoy it thoroughly, but that's definitely the one that would go.
Okay, I can appreciate that. All right. Have you got another one for me?
Yep. One's got to go. Zoolander, The Hangover, Superbad, or Bridesmaids.
What was the first one?
Zoolander, The Hangover, Superbad, or Bridesmaids.
The Hangover.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I love those other three too much. And The Hangover is great, but it's one that I can live without. Whereas the other ones, I would miss them.
That's exactly the one I would choose to leave out as well. Because
Yeah.
The Hangover, once again, has been done before several times. You've got Bachelor Party, you've got Very Bad Things. It's been done. Whereas Zoolander is quite unique.
Mhm.
Superbad, yeah, I'm going to say unique as well. Like,
Well,
that style
it
of
is
comedy's been
completely
done.
unique because it's Seth Rogen's stories from high school,
Yeah.
basically.
And Bridesmaids was a fantastic sort of gender reverse on the genre. So there we go.
Love it. Love it. All right. So your next lot.
Yep.
Jurassic Park,
Oh, yep.
Atonement,
Yep.
Dirty Dancing,
Yep.
and The Breakfast Club.
Atonement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not a fan.
I think that's the one I would choose too, but I still really enjoyed it. That was a hard one for me to
It's an
write
okay
down.
film. It's just, I mean, it's not. It's a film that just did nothing for me whatsoever when it came out. Whereas all of those other ones, I can connect some kind of relevance to.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yes.
Fair enough.
All right. Okay.
Oh, but Keira Knightley in that green dress. Oh,
There's plenty of
No?
other ways to get my Keira Knightley fix. I don't like her anyway. So.
I mean, her in that dress.
All right. One's got to go. Terminator 2. The Matrix, Predator, or Total Recall.
This is great podcast stuff.
No, yeah, you and your
Just
silent moments.
Me silent thinking. Yeah, no, it's definitely gonna have to be The Matrix.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
that's the correct answer. Don't be sorry. That is the only answer.
I tried to
because-
like it. I
Yeah,
did.
look, I mean, firstly, it's the only one without Arnie. Secondly,
That's
The
true.
Matrix, once again, like The Matrix is a movie that came along and made a massive splash and it really
Mhm.
impacted culture. But there's a little old film called Dark City that came around at the same time that is much
Okay.
better, got overshadowed by The Matrix.
Yeah.
And I think that's the one that has, that deserves all the credit.
Well, The Matrix had Keanu. So,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
that's, oh no.
Oh, don't bring back celebrity chit chat. No, don't do that, Glenn. Oh, no.
I told you I can slip into them every now and then. Yeah, no. When I was in high school, one of my boyfriends, I remember who it is, but he took me for a date to go see The Matrix 2, and I'd never seen a Matrix movie, and I was so fucking bored out of my mind that it took me so long to get to watch The Matrix. That I just didn't enjoy it by that point. So yeah, that one's
you gotta
that
watch
one's
yourself.
gotta go.
You've been relating many stories to your exes.
Well, this is a different one. Anyway. I was 15 and dumb. It's fine. All right. Juno.
Mhm.
Greece.
Do I know what? Okay, sorry.
Donnie Darko. Or Toy Soldiers.
Do you know?
Okay.
There we go. I have no rationale for it.
No, I can agree with that. I can agree with
yeah.
that.
Yeah, there you go. And,
I had 5 in that. At least I had to cut one out really quickly.
and I've never had much time for Ellen/Elliot Page from the get-go as a performer. Hard Candy's about the only thing I've enjoyed them in.
I love her dryness. I feel like I can relate and appreciate the way that he comes across. And especially in like movies like Juno and what was that one The rollerblading one with Drew Barrymore.
Oh yeah, that was great.
That's a great movie.
Is it not Bend It? It was Whip It.
Whip It, Whip It.
Yeah, that was good. I mean, yeah, Tracy Fragments is another really good one. But yeah, overall, I'm not going to put this part on TikTok because they will come for you.
That's fine. They can come for me. It was an honest mistake, and I corrected myself. So if they don't appreciate that, they can.
Thoroughly amused right now.
All right, you got a last one for me?
I do. So one's got to go. All Quiet on the Western Front, the new one. Saving Private Ryan. Dunkirk or Inglourious Bastards.
What the fuck?
I knew that would be your reaction.
What the fuck?
Exactly. What the fuck?
What the fuck? That's not okay to make me choose from.
You have to. You simply have
All
to.
Quiet. Well, Saving Private Ryan's not going anywhere because that's in my top 5 of all time.
Mhm.
That's just,
All right.
that's not going anywhere. All Quiet was so phenomenally just amazing. Dunkirk blew my mind, pun not intended. And what was the last one?
Inglourious Bastards.
Oh,
One of them has to go.
Dunkirk's gonna have to go.
Oh. Wah, 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 wah.
No, Dunkirk's gonna have to go.
What if I'd replace Dunkirk with 1917?
You're just a dick. That's who you are.
Yeah, okay.
I've made my decision, and that was hard enough. Thanks very much.
Oh, that's funny.
Dunkirk's gone, and I'm not happy about it. So let's just
Okay.
leave it at that, shall we? All right,
Sure.
last one. Hopefully this hits you as hard as you just hit me. Pretty in Pink,
Mhm.
Weird Science,
Yep.
Ferris Bueller,
Mhm.
16 Candles, all John Hughes.
Okay. All right.
I feel like I know what you're going to choose, though.
I'm going to get rid of Pretty in Pink.
Oh, that's not what I thought you would choose. Interesting.
Simply because it's the only one not directed by John Hughes.
Fair enough. It's still a John Hughes film.
Well, he wrote it and he produced it. Absolutely. But I'm just going on that alone as a reason. Because like the last one for you, like, how do I pick any of those? So I'm like, the only way I can pick is, okay, the ones he's directed versus the one he hasn't.
Okay. That's completely fair.
Yeah.
It's a tricky one.
But if I had to choose, look, okay, if I play fairly and have to assume he directed them all, probably Weird Science.
Oh, that is not what I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to choose 16 Candles, to be completely
No,
honest.
16 Candles, I think, is the best of them.
It is a good movie. With Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, look, Ferris Bueller is up there as well. But
Wow.
I think of the three, like the one I can watch the most on repeat would be 16 Candles right now, because as a teenager, it was Ferris Bueller that I watched on repeat and I've probably seen too many times.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
That's fair. Completely fair.
I mean, I'm going to twist and turn my way of, getting out of that one.
That's fine. That's completely fine.
Yeah.
We all have our choices to make, and that's the one that you made.
Ah, dearie. Have we reached the end of that one?
We have. And
We
that was
have.
a tricky one. That was
Okay,
really
well,
tricky.
Speaking of Inglourious Bastards, Quentin Tarantino has revealed his 10th and final film is called The Movie Critic. I wonder what your take on that was. That's all we know about it, though.
I didn't even know that this was a thing right now. So this has got me some little tinglies up and down my spine.
So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's either a 70s or 80s based story. I think 80s. And it's called The Movie Critic, right? So it's clearly leaning into his world. Not necessarily his cinematic world, but his movie-loving world. No reference to what the story might be or any of that. We just know he has declared it to be his final film.
Oh, that's not okay.
Well, he's been saying for at least 10 years now that movie number 10 is going to be his last one.
Okay.
I don't believe it. I think he'll have a rest. He'll find something else to do for a while, and then the bug will get him. He'll come back.
I have a feeling it might have something to do with his own, it might take on a little bit of an autobiographical sort of storyline, because didn't he used to collect VHSs, and he has a whole
worked
basement full.
Yeah, he famously worked in Video Archives, which is a video store in like Santa Monica or somewhere like that. Or Venice, no,
Yeah.
I think it was Venice Beach. And he purchased the entire library when that store closed. And right now he has a podcast with Roger Avery, who he worked
That's
in Video
right.
Archives with and co-wrote Pulp Fiction, won the Oscar with. And they essentially go through all of those VHS that he's collected and talk about them one at a time. So
Yeah. I don't know. I have a feeling that it might steer in that sort of direction.
it could
possibly.
do.
If it's called Movie Critic, then I don't know.
Well, that makes sense, like an armchair critic type of thing. But yeah, who knows? But I mean, I'm excited. Anyone that revolves around the cinema world's going to be excited for a new Tarantino film.
Absolutely, it's going to make a bajillion dollars straight off the bat.
Yeah, totally. So that's exciting, and also, I believe James Gunn has confirmed that he's going to be directing the new Superman. So Superman Legacy, because as you may know, James Gunn, who was with Marvel, did Guardians of the Galaxy and all that, came across to DC when he got fired from Marvel. Made a movie for DC, went back to Marvel, made a movie for them. Now he's gone back to DC.
Yep.
And he's now the CEO of DC
That's
Films. Right. Yep. So he's head of production and he's steering it all in a new direction, kind of bringing it out of the quagmire that the first Suicide Squad put them in and lifting them into a new direction. So Superman Legacy is the movie and he's going to direct it. And that's an interesting choice for director for that particular avenue of DC, which is there. Like
DC is a lot darker than Marvel, so I don't know.
I think traditionally speaking, DC's been darker, but I think the last few DC movies have been really, really kitschy. Like you got your Aquaman and Shazam, and I think they're starting to get really cosplay, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
you know, they just don't look that authentic anymore, and so I think he's maybe going to bring it back into, I don't know if it's going to be in the darkness, but I hope he does, you know, pardon the pun, I hope he does Superman justice.
Will he bring back Henry Cavill, you reckon? Or
no, I think Henry Cavill's out. And I think that was what he was saying on social media recently, is he's had to make a lot of really tough decisions. And that has been letting people go that fans have grown to love.
Because didn't Henry Cavill drop out of The Witcher to do Superman?
Maybe, but that got canned. Like when James Gunn took over, he cancelled all these projects. He scrapped them.
Right.
And he goes, we're going back to the drawing board and we're starting fresh. And there's only going to be one or two people that we retain. And I think he originally wanted to retain, what's his name? The guy that plays Shazam, Zachary,
Levi.
Mm-hmm. Wanted to retain him depending on the performance of Shazam, Fury of the Gods, which has tanked. Absolutely tanked. So I don't think there's any future there for Zach.
Oh dear. Dear.
There we go.
Super talented guy, by the way, might I add.
Who's Zach?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
He kind of flies under the radar there, and I don't know. He's pretty talented.
Very interesting. In Shazam 2, he plays second fiddle. He's not even the lead character. So
yeah. Anyway. Interesting.
Yes.
Shall we move on to our third and final game of the evening?
Yes, whose brainchild was this motherfucker?
This was my brainchild, and I know that one of our friends is definitely going to love it because it's all got to do with sounds into the microphone. So this one, shall I introduce, is called Guess the Tune, the theme tune. So just basically humming a part of a song that like identifies a movie.
I insist you go first.
You can, okay.
I need to know how this is done.
All right, so basically just the most what's the word I'm trying to find? Most recognizable music from the movie that people will recognize. Okay. I said recognize twice, it's fine. Now that's the third time. All right, I'm going to go first.
Do it.
All right,
do it.
First one. Ready?
Yep. Fantasy is fantasy. It's not Lord of the Rings. So what I didn't anticipate was that I'm going to suck at this. I know that music. I know it so well.
It's like sitting in the back of your brain there while it's churning and churning and churning. I
can even visualize it to an extent.
Yeah.
And
Think.
everyone listening is going to be like just cursing me. Yeah, I know.
Why
Don't.
is all the rum gone?
Oh, Pirates of the Caribbean. Okay,
Yeah, is that what you were thinking?
kinda, because I really don't like Pirates of the Caribbean.
I like the first one.
Yeah, it's okay. And from there on, I just not a fan. But yeah, good one. I mean, good one. I'll give it to you. It's a good one.
Thanks. Thank you. Thanks very much.
This might be a struggle for you. So I'm gonna do it in the style of Jack Black because he's done this before.
Okay, I like it.
Okay, here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I've got to remember how it goes now. Do.
Love that, by the way, for you. Love it. As far as guessing what the movie is, I've got no fucking clue.
That would be Driving Miss Daisy.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No, didn't get that one. Definitely not.
Okay.
All
Off
right.
you go.
Shall I move on to the second one? Okay. No?
No, I mean at first it sounded like you're going in John Williams' direction there, with like almost Supermanish, but I'm just gonna sit back and let you do it.
Trying to think how the rest of it goes.
Nah, I haven't got a clue. Oh, that last bit sounded familiar, but I have no fucking clue.
Don't you forget about me.
That was terrible.
Was it really? I'm so sorry.
Sorry, that was really aggressive.
Owen is like throwing his phone right now. That's what he's doing.
All right, Owen, here's one for you, mate. And for you, Chloe.
Nah, fuck me. Fuck the co-host. It's all for
Okay.
Owen. Ah. Slow motion running. I don't know what the fuck it's from though. Nah.
Your chariot awaits.
Chariots of Fire.
Yep, you got it.
I got it. Only because you said that. But...
Yeah. There we go.
Good one. Good
Unfortunately,
one.
we've still got two more each to go.
No, I know.
2 more each to go.
All right, ready? My last two are pretty iconic. So, I mean, all right, ready?
Yep.
Do 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 do.
I know it, but I don't know it. No, I don't know what it's from. Damn it!
Young hearts run free, never be hung up.
What movie is it from?
Hung up like Romeo and Juliet and me.
No wonder I fucking hate Romeo and Juliet. Jesus, what are you do? You're picking them.
Don't hate Romeo and Juliet.
I really do. I
No, you
really
don't.
do. I really do.
I don't agree with you
Far out.
in your own opinion. You're not allowed to have that opinion. Just so
I don't agree with your personal preference.
All right, what's your last one?
Last one. I got 2 more.
Do you? Oh, I went first. That's right.
So, hang on. I've got to remember how this one goes.
Rocky.
Yep. There we go. That was an easy one. That's a given.
All right. I'm going to do this last one, but I just don't know how to do it in a way that's going to come across really well. All right, ready? You're going to understand when I go. Na, 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 na.
Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Is that what?
Oh, no.
Oh. It's totally what it sounded like.
Ha 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 ha. From the day we arrived on this planet.
Oh, God, no.
Blanking. Yeah. The rest of the words.
Christ. You're
That
picking
was
the
really
movies that
embarrassing.
just grind my gears.
Oh, well, that's good for TikTok. So
Who selects the TikTok videos?
you.
That's right. Alrighty. Ding, 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 ding,
For fuck's sake. Mission Impossible.
Yeah. Wonder what the people in my house are thinking right now.
Which we also saw the trailer for
We did.
today as well.
We did. It's a
And
real point of contention with you. You got so many mixed emotions.
well, we saw it, and fuck me, you just can't help but respect the guy when he does all the stunts. I don't want to like him, but I do.
I know, and then I send you videos of where he's been a really cool dude.
That interview was so endearing. I just can you stop it, please?
And the best thing about that interview, people look it up. It's just a guy asking and sort of an off the camera question. Really, it's sort of it's not even like on the record. Like I'm a big fan. I want to know how you did this particular stunt. And Tom Cruise, as if forgetting the cameras are on, breaks it down for me like a mate to a mate. Like it is such a great piece. Anyway,
they go full film nerd on each other, and it's so heartwarming and wonderful to watch.
Yeah, and he has a sense of humor about it right at the end when he realizes how close to death he came. Like it's so good, so good. Yeah,
and you can see that in this new trailer too, which just makes me fucking furious.
You need to go back and explore that franchise because from number 3 onwards, like number 1 and 2, you know, they're just movies, but number 3 onwards is just magnificent stuff.
All right. Well, maybe I'll start at 3 then, because I couldn't quite get through the first one.
No, fair enough. The whole franchise changes at number 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take your advice on that, and I'll start at number 3 because
there we go.
this is going to be a premiere.
Speaking of
go to soon.
Yeah, speaking of music,
Theme tunes. Yeah, I heard that too, man. I thought it was just in my head, but
we kind of got to stop doing that.
I know. It's so
lame.
A little bit crazy. Oh, goodness me. Well, that comes to the end of our show for this week. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, find us, follow us everywhere and anywhere that you see us pop up. But thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to check out Newsly. That's our preferred sort of distributing factor to everybody in all your ear holes. And we loves ya.
We do. See you next week, Chloe.
Okay, bye. Toodle pip.